cake, yeah, baked in a cake, baked in a cake, baked in a cake, baked in a cake, yeah, we baked in a cake.
If government isn't doing its job, then the people have the right to alter it.
We trying to fight that racial injustice. We headed to the White House, I love this. They want us to give up, but we got this. We not going away, we the topic. We going state to state with the evidence until we make some change like the president. Marianne is the one to get the job done. A better democracy is the outcome. Baked in a cake, 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 baked in a cake. Woo!
That split mind, which is American consciousness, is baked into the cake, baked into the cake, baked into the cake,
baked in a cake, baked in a cake, baked in a cake, baked in a cake, baked in a cake, baked in a cake, baked in a cake, baked in a cake.
Once again, let the people get in there. We'll handle it from here. I have run for president before. I am not naive. I understand that in their mind, only those people whose careers have been entrenched in the car that drove us into this ditch should possibly be considered qualified to lead us out of this. No, ladies and gentlemen, the problem is not that it's complicated. The problem is that it is corrupt. A real grown-up does not knowingly allow a child to go hungry. And an emergency level just transition from a war economy to a peace economy. No one person can fix it. The president who lays it down and says it like it is would do a lot of good.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Save Our Democracy, Mariannathon, powered by Step in America. And remember this because I'm going to say it often. Marianne2024.com/donate. If you got $1, if you got $5, 10, 20, donate. If you got $1, if you got $5, 10, 20, donate. You got a nice echo going on. All right. So welcome, everybody. We're so happy to have you with us tonight. We have a very, very special guest that's going to come on with us later. So hold on. The purpose of this broadcast tonight is to give you a unique experience to be able to really get to know Marianne Williamson. She's running for president in 2024, and they are trying to keep it a secret, and we are not going to allow them to keep it a secret. And why this is important? Well, one of the many reasons is that she is a huge proponent of peace. So the purpose of our getting together now is to talk about peace, to learn about peace, to think about peace, to be about peace. And that's one of the reasons we have the special guest with us tonight. I heard this gentleman. If you don't know his name, I'm not going to tell you because you should know his name by now. You better ask somebody. Ain't that right, Chelle? My co-host.
That is correct. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
So excited. Chelle, you know what? I was going to get ready to give you this big intro. I'm LB. I'm a holistic counselor. I worked with Marianne 2020. I'm totally dedicated to her becoming president of the United States. I followed her books. I follow her Course in Miracles. She's a best-selling author, 14 books, speaks all over the world, has changed millions and millions of lives. She's running for president. She has the swing states going. Her numbers are going up because if I didn't say this, Wendy would get me. Now, what I would like, instead of me trying to introduce the marvelous, wonderful Chelle, I want you to take time to just introduce yourself to us all and let us know why you think this is a meaningful forum for you and I to co-host tonight.
Well, any opportunity I get to share my story, I'm excited to do. My story is about resiliency, and we can all have and need a coach to help us through our moments and experiences in life. So I am a former professional basketball player, and I basically have my whole life in sports and using that platform to make the world a better place, starting with myself. And I've done a lot of special, amazing things in my life, but I don't think there's anything more important than sharing my story and inspiring and empowering others. So I'm super glad to be here, to have you As the host, your energy. For me, it's leadership and it's women. I mean, I grew up in the household with two very strong women, and to have a woman take this seat and to lead this nation, I can back 100%.
Yes, 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 yes. And you guys, we didn't plan to do it, but I think seeing us, I want to thank you so much, Chelle, for your wonderful intro. And I'm thinking while you're talking, because we have our team, our core team on, and everybody can see them. After hearing you, I'm thinking, Chelle is just rocking, 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 no stopping. Why don't we introduce everybody because everybody can see you so that they know who our core Save Our Democracy team is? And I think in my screen, I see Oscar in the upper left-hand corner. I don't know if everybody else's screen is the same. Oscar, do you want to say hi to everyone?
You're on mute.
Can't hear
you. Yep. Sorry. Yeah, so I've lost my voice, but yes. Actually, I'm one of the co-leaders of this event, and also what we call a collective that we started called Step in America. And we invite you actually to join that group. We have a Facebook group that's called Step in America. Just search that group. And also another group, which is at stepinamerica.com. You'll find a website there and a group of people that we call radical advocates for Marianne. And we would like to have you join us. In fact, the people here that you see are part of that group. So yeah, I'm very excited about this event, and glad you're here. Oh, please, if you don't mind, if you would, it's not mandatory, but if you come on as a guest, please let us see your visual, your video, turn it on. If you need to have it off, you can cut it off, but we'd like to see your face. So thank you. That's who I am.
Thank you, Oscar. And then we got Pat Fero, Miss Wonderful Pat Fero.
Hi, I'm Pat Fero. I have known and followed Marianne for 20 years, and I've watched her use all of who she is in the service of humanity. I'm a psychotherapist and an author. One of my books is titled "What Happens When Women Wake Up." I'm all about the power of women. And I met LB going down to sponsor, to volunteer for Marianne, and I'm all in. That's me.
Thank you. As soon as I met Pat, we met I think we were at Ann Arbor at the Interfaith Church, and Marianne had like standing room only. They said, oh, it's going to be limited and people are going to be turned away. There was no turning people away. And then Pat had like some gifts and things for Marianne, some books that Marianne has endorsed her books, and just wonderful. And we've just been sisters ever since, and that's just it. And there's nothing she can do about it. She thinks it's nice now, but she hasn't known me that long. Like will be quite. And then we have Rie to the rescue, dude. She's the one keeping us all on point. She's the one who's going to tell me, okay, LB, we got to go to our next segment. You know what's going on. Pat is our producer. You know, she got our run of the show. That's a very important term we've been talking about today. So she did all the organizing, and Rie is going to be behind the scenes and in front of the scenes, kind of keeping us on point. Rie, please introduce your wonderful self.
Hi, my name is Rie Monique Cherie, and I am a Tai Chi instructor, a wannabe professional writer, and an instructor of just interesting things. And I found this group a couple of months ago. Maybe it hasn't even been that long. I don't know. Time is going weird lately. But I kind of plunged in, and here I am. I heard of Marianne the last time she ran for president, and I thought she sounded great, but I was into Andrew Yang then. And then that all kind of crumpled down, and this time around, I was with Marianne from the very start, looking for ways that I can help support her. And I don't have a lot of money, so that kind of support went really quickly. And then that's how I found my way in with this group. And I'm very happy to be here and share this experience with you all.
And we are so
thank you.
Thank you, Rie. We are so blessed to have you as we continue to grow. You become just more and more invaluable. That's why my nickname for you is Rie to the rescue. So hopefully it sticks, because that's definitely what you're doing tonight. And what I'm hoping tonight is we can come to the rescue of Marianne 2024 by raising funds. You know, if you haven't gone there yet, please go to Marianne2024.com/donate. There's no donation that's too small, because all of us together can make a huge difference. You know, so many times people say whether she can win or not. Well, if you think she can, she can. If you think she can't, she can't. Because if we all vote for her and she can't win, what does that mean? It's not America. If we all vote for her, yeah, guess what happens? Guess what happens? And one of the most important things is we need to raise funds. Marianne does not take corporate funding, because that's where a lot of the corruption comes from. Sometimes you know, stick with us and you're going to learn more about how much money it takes. When I was a young mother, I used to tell my sons and my daughter, you know, when I wanted them to do the highest level, you know, have the highest level of behavior when they were not going to be in my presence, I would say, be good, do what you're told, do your work, be respectful. And what are you going to be? What are you going to be? And they go, President of the United States. I go, act like the President of the United States. So from the time when they were little, when I wanted to tell them to give me their best behavior, I said, act like President of the United States. And then strange things happen in the White House. I'm not going to mention any names, because Marianne does not like to say negative things about anyone. So I'm trying to follow her lead. But him who I shall not mention, who was the so-called first Black president, became the president that I never wanted my children to follow. And so now when I heard in January 2020 that Marianne was running for president, I had given up, because I had supported Bernie. I saw what happened to him. Then I went to the Green Party. I supported Jill Stein. And I just felt so disheartened. And then Marianne. And then when you read her, you're going to learn this tonight. What's the name of it, Pat? The Allegiance for Peace. The international.
It was Global Alliance for Peace.
Global Alliance for Peace.
Yeah, years ago.
She started that years ago. And Marianne teaches us what you're going to learn tonight, that peace is something to be studied. There is a way to establish peace. And our government doesn't do that. They have a Department of Defense, you know, they have the war machine, but they don't have an apparatus in place to institute peace. So what Marianne has always proposed from 2020 to now is that we establish a Department of Peace and use a part of the budget that we use, a very small part of the budget that we use for, you know, war and defense, and dedicate it to establishing peace. One of my favorite quotes by her is, do you want to know how to make peace with your neighbor? Make peace with your neighbor. You know, today I text somebody who was with me in the campaign. They were working as a volunteer in 2020. And I said, you know, I haven't heard from you lately, and I have a lot going on in my life, and I know you have a lot going on in yours. But child, don't be thinking that we're not friends if you've decided that, you know, you're not, you know, in alignment with what I'm thinking. We're going to be friends forever. In this world where people just stop being friends with each other, stop talking to family because people can't disagree anymore. The way you make peace is be peace. And when I heard KRS-One teaching on being peace, this was just a little while ago. I always knew him from his music, from the hip hop, you know, music and everything. I must confess, I never listened to his teaching, because when I saw him, I always thought it was going to be, you know, rap music, blah, 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 you know, just, you know, I could listen to a song here or there. And then when I heard him teach on being peace, I said, this king is teaching on the level of Marianne Williamson. And then when I saw that he appreciated the teaching of Marianne like we do, I saw this grand synergy. Krista's at a live event with Marianne, and she is like almost right on time. Is she not, Rie? And like, okay, she's at a live event, and I think if she wants to turn on her sound, I think this is exciting. You ready to talk, Krista?
Yes.
Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Krista. I am at Unity Church in Lansing, Michigan. Marianne right now is taking questions from the audience, so I'm going to try and sneak in and See if you guys can hear her respond to a question or two if you want.
Don't let Wendy see you.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Good to see you.
Okay. Now I just got to figure out how I flip my screen. All right. I got you guys.
Before you leave, I got one thing I want to say before you leave. That's okay. But Dr. Cliff, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, it's so wonderful. KRS, I'm sitting there vibing off of everything that you're saying, the quantum laws of physics, the observed and the observer, absolutely. It is truly what we collapse this world down to in terms of how we look at things. And no, I'm laying back just enjoying this. So I'm just sorry I got to this whole show so late. We had guests come in from California, but I did not want to miss this. So it's an honor to be here, everyone. It's wonderful to see the smiling faces.
Let me just throw in for KRS edification that Dr. Cliff Morris is a national lifestyle physician, has his own lifestyle clinic not worldwide, but nationwide, I'm sure. And he's really an expert. And so I just want to let you know that that's who you're talking to right now.
No doubt. Thank you.
Yeah, well, we're all here for one mission, and that is to this whole issue of peace. You know what it is going to do for all of us. I've been on the front lines, and I can tell you that it is definitely having an impact on. I've seen so many patients coming in my office this week, well, the last several weeks, with just hearts racing. And I can tell you for beyond a shadow of a doubt that it has everything to do with what's going on in our entire world. And so, you know, what can I do as a doctor, as a physician, to try and ameliorate the situation and do the best I can for my patients? KRS-One, you mentioned, you know, how well can you stay kind of on point? How well can you stay? I mean, if I come in to the office and I come into a person's room and I'm as chaotic as the situation is versus me being kind of calm in my own peace, being able to hopefully try to instill some peace in that patient or, you know, in the person I'm dealing with. I mean, that is my mission, that is objective. And I find that when I'm able to really hold steady in that, that's when I can kind of, it's like if you have a flame, then there's no darkness, you know, when you walk in the room. And so when I think of what Marianne Williamson is bringing to this whole table is that flame. That's the flame that this dark world needs. And, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing all that she has to bring and doing all that I can. I think if we don't do something at this point, it really is quite irresponsible, honestly. And so what small things we can possibly do to bring some level of peace into this world. And if I can do it through my doctor's office, if I can do it, you know, in my own personal life, and if I can do it by putting her into the White House, then that's what I'm here to do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. I'm the closer.
Good night, y'all.
Hit buttons.
The red button.
Here we go.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.